Alright guys, we're going to be taking a look at Cyrus and Palkia. So we know Xerneas is going to be the first ever legendary event Pokemon that is going to be getting a sync grid, which is insane. Obviously with Xerneas getting his grid, we are going to be getting grids for other legendary event Pokemon in the future as well. So the one Pokemon that really comes to mind right away is Palkia. Every time I think of legendary event Pokemon getting a grid, I think of Palkia right away, because like, when we look at his kit, he is very good, and even with the sync grid, just by giving him more stat increases, like that alone is already going to make him better for sure. But like when we look at his kit, he has Spatial Rim and crits land more easily, and then we got Water Pulse, and we got Hydro Pump, which is very good. And the New World Order, I'm not too crazy about the training move, just because like, yeah, you do get special attack and speed, but you take 25% of your health when you use this, so you will lose quite a bit of health. But of course, like when you have support on the team, you could heal up no problem, or you could just avoid using his trainer move and use support to increase your special attack, which won't be a problem either. But still, like it's annoying that you lose 25% of your remaining health when you use his trainer move, which does suck, but it's okay. First, like when he does get a sync grid, like I'm expecting this guy to be insane, and we know in the future, like we most likely will be getting these legendary event Pokemon 6 stars as well, but in the far future, it's still too soon to see legendary event Pokemon getting a 6-star awakening. But like when we know, like when these 6-star awakenings come to these legendary event Pokemon, like they're gonna be insane, because Palkia is a striker, so then he's gonna be getting that AoE effect on his sync move. But like when we look at his stats, like he does have 275, and like I said, with the grid, like that's gonna get increased, and then when he gets to level 130, that's gonna be higher for sure too. And then for his passive, this is a big one too. He has Critical Strike 9 built into his passive, which is insane. And then for the Lucky Skill, I have Critical Strike 2 as well. So he's at Critical Strike 11 in total, which is insane. When he gets those crits, like he's gonna do a lot of damage. And then for the theme skills, I have nothing leveled up. And then for the grid, like you just have the typical like normal hexagon, whatever that that you get. So nothing like too crazy. But like we know when Palkia does get his grid in the future, he's gonna be insane, because then he can maybe get another Critical Strike power up on his grid for Spatial Rend, move gauge refreshes and everything. Like they could do anything. They could do like minimal to make this guy better. Just because he already has a good kit. And just getting move gauge refreshes is going to make this guy much better. But let's actually go into battle. So we're going to go into co-op, just so we get the super effective boost, and there's no event that requires no stamina, so we'll just do this right now. But like it's going to be insane when these legendary event Pokemon get their grids, and I'm very excited for that. And with Xerneas, like I said, getting his grid, like Xerneas is the very first legendary event Pokemon to get a grid. So because of that, we can now expect that we're going to be getting grids in the future for these legendary event Pokemon, which is going to be insane. So I'm very excited about that, and I'm very happy with that. Like with Rotom, like we have Rotom here for obvious reasons, so we can get to our sync move much faster, so we can get our power up much faster with Rotom as well, or with Palkia. See, like that's the thing with these legendary event Pokemon, or Pokemon that don't have a grid. Like it does suck when they don't have their MP refreshes or move gauge refreshes, because like it takes so long to get your moves and everything, especially in co-op. Like a single player, like when you have Swan on the team, like it doesn't matter if you have move gauge refresh or not. You're gonna be getting those moves quite fast, but with but in co-op, like you're gonna struggle quite a bit. But right now we're not having too much of a problem, but because like Palkia, like he did 6,000 damage on his first sync move against Kingja, like maybe we could even see something on his grid where like he gets a sync move power up, so like the more crits you land, or like the higher your crit chance, or like the higher your crit is, the more it powers up your moves or something like that. Like we could see anything for these grids for the current legendary Pokemon that we have. And we know how good Xerneas is. Like you can use him as either a like look at that 4,000 damage on Spatial Red. Like that's good. That's very good. But like with Xerneas, you could use him as like a legendary, like not a legendary, like he is a legendary, but like you could use him as a striker, or you could use him as a support type. So like he's like a nice hybrid. He's like a buffed up version of Torterra basically. And like the amount of healing that Xerneas does is insane. Like okay, maybe in the grid for Palkia as well, we could see something like where they reduce his training move negative. So like when he gets his training move off, he could potentially, like instead of 25%, it can go down to like maybe 20 or something like that. But I don't see them actually making like a change to the training move, because then that would like honestly be game changing if they decide to like change that. Like obviously exceptions are like recoil moves and stuff like that, like, but that's like an effect. But I guess you could say like that's an effect too. So like I guess what I'm getting at, like they could do anything for these grids, for these current legendary event Pokemon, which is going to be a lot of fun to see. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, like which legendary Pokemon or which legendary event Pokemon that's currently in the game that you're going to be looking forward to for getting their grids. I know a lot of people are going to be excited for Mewtwo. And he could actually potentially get his grid as well during the 1.5 year anniversary or the 2 year anniversary, because honestly, when it comes to these legendary event Pokemon, I expect Mewtwo to be the very first one to get his grid out of everybody, besides Xerneas, just because he was the very first legendary event Pokemon in the game. So I would imagine that they would actually give him the very first grid expansion out of the current legendary event Pokemon. But like I said, let me know which legendary event Pokemon you're looking forward to for getting their very first grid. Me personally, Palkia and Solgaleo are the ones that I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, Mewtwo's gonna be good, of course, but like I just love Palkia and Solgaleo a lot more than Mewtwo. Like I don't have any hate towards Mewtwo. And don't get me wrong, I love Mewtwo. Mewtwo is one of my favorite Pokemon, but when it comes to like fun, I just like Solgaleo and Palkia in Pokemon Masters a lot more personally. But yeah, like as you can see, Palkia can definitely hit very, very hard. That critical strike 9, like when we all saw Palkia's special attack stat being very low, like 120 or 270, we were like all discouraged, not discouraged, but like we were all pretty upset because we thought Palkia was going to be hitting like a feather, but no, that proves otherwise. And what makes up for that is literally the critical strike 9. If it wasn't for the critical strike 9, they'd probably increase his special attack to like 320 or something like that, because with critical strike 9, that is an insane damage boost when you get a crit. And then with Palkia getting like a higher chance to crit when you use Spatial Rend, and because of his sync move being Spatial Rend as well, crits are going to be landing much easier on his sync move and Spatial Rend. So because of that, like the critical strike 9 is very, very powerful. And then of course, like when you guys support and you max out your crit, this guy is going to be insane, and he's going to be doing so much damage, as we just saw over here. Like, especially after like you have your 6-star support doing the very first sync move, and then you have that 2 sync move buff right away. Like Palkia is going to be insane. But yeah, I'm very excited for his sync grid in the future. Just wanted to show off Palkia, because of course, like we know, legendary event Pokemon are going to be getting their grid expansions in the future. Clearly, because Xerneas was the very first one, and because of that, we can now expect legendary event Pokemon to come with the grids in the future. So very, very exciting. But like I said, let me know which legendary event Pokemon you're excited for to get their grid and why. And if you like whatever Pokemon you pick, let me know what you'd like to see for them. Like of course we got the typical like move gauge refreshes and everything, but like let me know which legendary event Pokemon you'd like to see with their grid come first, and let me know what you'd like to see on their grid to help make them even better. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.